So Arsenal are top of the league. 2 goals, 29 coming up clutch twice against Brentford. He's won us 4 points this season against Brentford alone. Maybe he's won us some more. I don't know. But he's won us 4 against Brentford. It wasn't looking likely after Ramsdale absolutely nosed it up right on half time. Very nearly got lobbed. Did make some good saves. Did throw a ball out to Trossard. If that was Martinelli, then we probably would have scored and it would have been game over. But is what it is. Panic stations set in. Everyone's losing. And we're looking around, like losing their heads, and we're thinking they're upping and puffing. Where's the goal coming from? And then 29 turns up clutch, bro. Make sure you sub to Southern Guna. Matty, we did the watch long. Yeah. No wonder you're bald, bruv. I'm going bald. Look, I'll be as bald as you soon, bro.
Yeah.
Why do you think I only got my hair cut this month?
hey, brother. That was a. You know what? I now that the game is over, I'll be able to sit down and kind of just think about the game as a whole. I'm gonna tell you what we watched tonight. I'm gonna tell you a couple of things. I think we've been spoiled the last few weeks. We've been spoiled, and I think tonight was a reality. In that this was just normal. This technically was almost a normal match of English football. It was when you sit down and look at it like it is for what it is. It was just an average game of football. But Lee, I'm gonna throw something out there that's gonna knock some people's socks off. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for the mic drop on the way out. I'll say that for the mic drop. We'll come back to that in just a second. I got my notes here today, so I brought some.
Man, come prepared.
Let's go to the elephant in the room. You know, for all the sanity of every Arsenal fan under the sound of my voice, before you go to bed tonight, say a special prayer that Raya stays healthy and that this defense stays healthy. Because if anybody out of any of that is out of this club, we in trouble. Because the defense this year has been completely rock solid. I mean, stone cold, rock solid. We're looking at, I have to look at the numbers, but we're looking at top draw defense. And it's because it's Arsenal, there's not a lot of talk being talked about it, but Arsenal's defense this year is the truth.
24 conceded, best in the league by 1. Yeah. Liverpool have got a play City tomorrow. They've conceded 25. City conceded 27.
So when you look at those numbers and you dial it back to last season, we lost Saliba. We had to do a lot of makeshift moving around. You got Tashua coming in the game. You got the Rob Holding. You got Ramsdale, who I'm going to get on in just a second. And there's no coincidence, Lee, that Ramsdale was in this team last year when we bought this title. There's a lot of people that's out there that's saying Ramsdale needs to be started. There's another batch that's saying, well, you can't be too hard on him because he hadn't played. He's a little rusty. Let me tell you something, man. The man is getting paid top dollar. He should be ready at all times. At all times. There's no excuse to not be prepared. What you saw tonight was a man who came out and he wanted to try to play on emotion. He wanted to get everyone back on his side. Hey, look at me. I'm here. I'm back. This is my, look at what you're missing out on. All this. Instead of just doing his basic job. You heard me say in the broadcast, for those who hadn't seen it, go back and look at the broadcast. Look maybe about 10 minutes or so before that goal, and you'll hear me say, just play the game. That's all you need to do. Stop trying to do more than what you can do. Just play the game. Literally, we were getting out of that half 1-0. Me personally, I think that we were going to probably turn it up the second half. I felt like we would probably win the game 2 or 3 goals. I said 2-1, but I felt like we would probably get 2 or 3 because they would have had the attack. And then this fool completes one of the most foolish goals I've seen in quite a while. This is why I've dubbed him sideshow Bob now, because everything he does is a sideshow. It affects the team. The team's whole mentality went from everything was smooth, everything was kosher, to panic. You got people looking around, the crowd's on edge, you got us on edge, you got people looking, penalty, you got penalties, you hope all kind of madness that was not going on before that was because one player had a mental lapse. Let's go back to my fan cam last week. What did I tell you last week, Lee? I said it's all about mentality. We have to have the mental sound mind in these tight games. It's going to be like this for the rest of the season. Every game is going to be on a nice edge. We have to have players that can keep a good psyche, stay calm, don't fold under pressure, because that's what we've been dubbed as. This is what happened from last year, bottle jobs, and we cannot have that happen again this year. The title is in play. Let me tell you something, which leads me to my next point, is that Tuesday night is going to be more shithouse.
on a bigger level.
Yeah, it's going to be on magnified times 50. Players falling over, rolling around. You know, I stubbed my toe, penalty kicks, all this pulling kits and jerseys and all this stuff. It's going to be a lot of madness. But you gotta maintain a sound mind. We've got to learn how to do that, because that is going to be critical in our success for the remainder of this season. Every game we've got what, not 10 games. We've got 9 games left, and we've got to stay locked in, laser focused. We've got to be laser focused. One gaff today almost threw the whole season in chaos. One gaff, Lee. One gaff almost threw this season away in the toilet. And this is why I said we have to be locked in. Let me say something else, man. Let me say something else. And this is what I wanted to go in. This is going to be this won't even be a long fan cam today, because I'm going right down the Let me tell you, I got some numbers for you, Lee. One of them I mentioned on the show. Gabriel Jesus has scored 4 goals in 18 games. 4 goals in 18 games.
What did he do when he came on, by the way?
I'm going to say it again. 4 goals in 8. And see, I'm going to do a combo just because you added that. I'm going to say, what did I say during the broadcast? I said the manager wants to take Kai Havertz off, but he can't, because he know who's sitting over there, the king of Zamunda.
You said it. He wants to bring him on, but he can't because it's a drop-off.
Yeah, because he knows we probably draw that game today. So he said, you know what, we'll just have to play with 10 men.
We just hope he don't get sent off.
Yep. We just have to try to play with 10 men, put 9 behind the ball, hoof it up, and we'll just try to get out of Dodge. Lee, there needs to be a look in. If Gabriel Jesus does not pick up his form, there needs to be a discussion on whether we need to move him this summer. It needs to be a tried and true discussion on, does he need to be moved on? Because we're getting into a realm here. This is year 2. I brought this up yesterday with Tony Clark Gunner. I'm going to bring this up again. I'm going to bring it up right here. Same thing I said yesterday. Beginning of the year, we slagging off Kai Havertz for $65 million. We paid 50 for Jesus. Where are the results? Because we got a result today from the one we paid $65 million. We got a result today from him. That's what $65 million. That is exactly.
He scored the same amount of goals in the last 4 games than he scored in 18.
That is why you pay big money. That's when you say big money signings, I look at big money moments. Today was a big money moment. That was a season-saving moment by Kai Havertz. Season saving. I want people to understand that.
Title right there. Season saving moment from 29.
Season saving. Because I was sitting there thinking to myself, if we draw this game, it's over. We done. Yep. That's the league done and dusted.
And that's how fine the margins are, because even though them two could draw tomorrow, and we draw, that still keeps us in it. But the mentality is gone.
Bingo! You looking over your shoulder. Everybody's second guessing. Now you're hoping to rob Peter to pay Paul. You're doing all this kind of silly stuff. You're hoping folks drop numbers and all this. We are in control of the destiny now.
Facts.
We are in control. It's exactly where I wanted it to be. We call the shots. All we need to do is win. Win. All I do is win. Win. That's all I want to do is win. And then you can parade the damn dog around and say, what did you do? We won. Win.
Like maybe if he wins the league, maybe he was onto something with that dog, bro.
Havertz has scored more goals than Jesus in this team.
But
And
people will be in the comment section saying, yeah, but Jesus has been injured. And what?
What?
Yeah.
He's always injured.
Thank you. But this is the thing, yeah? This is the thing, right? Declan Rice has scored more goals than Jesus, and he is a DM in this team.
Who, by the way, had another great game. Who's making the
today? What a finish as well, by the way. What a goal.
Signing, brother. $100 million. When people be like, why y'all want to spend all this money up? This is when I say $100 million on a player, that is what I expect right there, man. That is the captain of this team. He is the captain of the vessel.
Did you see his face at halftime? Yeah, when he was
fuming the tunnel. He was pissed. Anybody who have aspirations of being successful know that Ramsdale put them up. I would have paid to be in the locker room today to see.
Mate, I can imagine the conversation in there. Yeah, because you've been in locker rooms, you've been in dressing rooms. Yeah, you've been a coach. Yeah, you've played football, so you've been under a coach. Yeah, bro, trust me. Yeah, they'd all be saying, "Don't worry, Aaron. Don't worry, Aaron." But there'd be people in there with big personalities like Declan Rice saying, "Listen, that's a disgrace what you've done." Yeah, blah, blah. And I'd like to think that is the case. Obviously, we like to believe everything's fairy tales in a football club dressing room. No, it ain't. Yeah, there will be players sat in that dressing room today. Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba, Kivior, yeah, Ben White, yeah, Declan Rice, the captain. I'd like to believe they'll be sitting there going, "Yo, we've just conceded a goal.
Yep,
bruv, we've been pamming everyone. Fix up in the second half, bruv. Yeah, you're our pal, but we're here to win." Yeah, and I didn't like his antics at the end of the game.
All this grabbing his tongue and doing all
of that to the away fans, like, mate, have some shame. Like, you've just got out of jail because of a striker that's not a striker. We don't know what he is, but he's scoring, so it's all good. Right?
Yeah,
but he's put us top of the league.
He's an enigma. That's what I'm going to start referring to, the enigma. Because
do you know what it is with him? Nobody knows his position, bruv. That's why he's always unmarked.
Yeah, he's an enigma. He's an enigma, and I'm fine with him. I'm fine with him. Just score every week. Score. I've said this earlier this year. Score every week. Keep scoring. But
if he keeps scoring, he keeps shutting me up, bro.
If he does that against City, if he does that against United, if he does that against Chelsea, Villa, Spurs, Luton, whoever else, Wolves, all these teams that's left, man, brother, man, look, man, I will come on here and have an apology tour for him and Arteta.
Facts.
We are this close. I want folks to understand. Fuck all this talk about in the mud and all this. We are this close to a damn title. We're this close
against one of the best managers in history, and against a Liverpool team with a manager who has gone toe to toe with one of the best managers in history for 5 out of the last 6 years, or 4 out of the last 5, or whatever, whilst winning Champions Leagues. Yeah, Klopp's a bad boy. Yeah, but Pep, bro, if he wins the league this season, yeah, that is a bigger achievement than doing it last season.
Yeah, exactly. Bingo. If he wins the title this year, that is what you call a stamp on your resume. You boop. Oh, look at what I did.
Yeah, and we can sit there, humble enough as fully grown adults in our 40s to go, do you know what? I didn't think you could do it. There was nothing to suggest you could do it. You've bottled everything along the way, but you got there, and do you know what? Yeah, I rate you. Yeah, I rate you for that. And fair play. And we can sit there next season, watching games, enjoying football even more, because now we don't have to scream and shout to win something.
One of the best things that happened, and a lot of people this is gonna throw some people for a loop. One of the best things that happened to this team this year is not being able to bring anybody in the transfer window. And you say, why you say that, Matt? Because it required everybody else to hold themselves accountable. The team had to hold themselves accountable because nobody was gonna come through that door to bail you out. You got to do it yourself. And every player in that locker room is looking at each other, and they're trying to find a way to win games. Last year, we would have folded under this pressure.
Last year, we lose that game. Yeah, we drew with them last year.
We lose it bad, too. We don't just lose it. We lose it bad. We
would have lost that game last season, yeah, in this circumstance today. Yeah, I know we drew 1-1 with them last season, yeah, with a dodgy offside goal, right? But in this circumstance, we lose that game today if that was last season.
Yep.
It is what it is, but listen, big up Matty, man. Make sure you sub to Matty's channel, Southern Good.
Don't bring him back in this team no more. Don't bring Ramsdale in here.
Bro, hopefully that's his last game, mate. Hopefully that's his last game, and he can fucking take his dad and all his fanboys with him. Yeah, make sure you, you're the puta. We're out of it. Make sure you sub to Matty. We're going to jump on player ratings with Jez. Kenny's obviously not going to jump on. He's on his way home. Yeah. And yeah, man, he said you could hear a pin drop. Yeah, everyone was in shock when that went in, but it is what it is. But anyway, we're out of it, guys. Adios.